Good evening, you're now with me, Radzi Ahmad, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg agrees to accept the position of PERKIM President. This year's SPM examination records its best performance in 11 years, with almost all states seeing improvement. And in world news, 3 Chinese astronauts blast off into space, the latest milestone in Beijing's race to become a leading celestial power. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg has agreed to accept the sole nomination for the position of the President of the Muslim Welfare Organisation of Malaysia, PERKIM, for the 2025 to 2028 term. While expressing his humility, he extended his deepest appreciation and gratitude to all members of PERKIM for their support and their confidence in him to lead the organisation for the upcoming term. Abang Johari affirmed his commitment to continue the efforts initiated by Tun Dr. Mahathir to the best of his ability in fulfilling the aspirations and vision of PERKIM's founding leaders, particularly Tunku Abdul Rahman, in championing the welfare of the Muslim community. Sarawak has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening ties among ASEAN member states in line with Malaysia's role as this year's ASEAN chair. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said this reflects the state's determination to progress in tandem with global development.
We formulated Sarawak policy on post-COVID-19 strategy. And the 3 pillars of this strategy are economic prosperity. We have to move forward and develop our state economically. Second, which is also important, is our policy on inclusivity. It has to be inclusive. And the third, we must have a balance between us and environment. And we are giving emphasis to fight this climate change by having what we call renewable energy agenda. At the moment, we are looking into the use of hydrogen. We call it hydrogen economy, and perhaps I think this is one of the areas where I believe ASEAN is looking into.
In his speech at the 33rd meeting of the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community Council today, Abang Johari said the Prime Minister has lauded Sarawak's renewable energy initiative for benefiting ASEAN countries.
At the moment, we are supplying power to our neighbor, Indonesia. Second is to our sisters in Sabah. And now we are working together with the government of Brunei, as well as the government of Singapore. In other words, this is part of the ASEAN grid.
Meanwhile, Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg has been invited to officiate the Sarawak Premier's Best Book Awards, an initiative by Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka DBP Malaysia, aimed at recognizing the finest published works in the region. According to DBP Director General Dr. Hazami Jahari, the official invitation was extended during a courtesy call to the Premier at Wisma Bapa Malaysia earlier today. Dr. Hazami said the official date of the awards will be announced soon.
Kita dalam tempoh terdekat ini tertakluk juga kepada tarikh yang telah diberi persetujuan oleh Pejabat Yang Amat Berhormat Premier Sarawak. Ini penting, anugerah ini penting untuk kita memberi pengiktirafan kepada mereka yang menerbitkan buku yang baik dari segi kandungan, dari segi bahasa, dari segi kualiti, dan yang penting ialah mencerminkan bahawa pembangunan sesebuah negeri itu juga berkait dengan pembangunan keilmuan dan kesarjanaan.
He also said that the Sarawak state government is fully backing the initiative by providing grants and assistance to DBP, reinforcing the region's academic publishing ecosystem. Sarawak saw a notable improvement in the 2024 Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia SPM results, with 821 candidates achieving straight A's. State Education Director Omar Mahli said 94.11% of students also passed core subjects Bahasa Melayu and History, qualifying for the SPM certificate.
Saya berusaha hati mengumumkan bahawa grade Peraturan Negeri pada tahun 2023 ialah 4.92, manakala grade Peraturan Negeri untuk SPM 2024 ialah 4.8. Pencapaian calon merujuk kepada sejauh mana calon menguasai pembelajaran dalam kesemua mata pelajaran yang diuji. Indeks yang digunakan untuk menunjukkan pencapaian calon di seluruh negeri ialah grade Peraturan Negeri, dikasihkan GPN. Nilai GPN atau grade Peraturan Negeri yang lebih kecil menunjukkan pencapaian calon yang lebih baik.
He added that rural candidates also saw encouraging results, achieving an improved GPN of 5.11 compared to 5.36 in 2023, while urban candidates recorded a GPN of 4.46, an improvement from 4.54 in the previous year. Meanwhile, 86 out of 127 candidates with special educational needs, equivalent to 67.72%, successfully obtained the SPM certificate, a notable rise from 65.85% the previous year. In total, 32,239 candidates from schools under the Education Ministry sat for the examination in Sarawak, while 800 candidates were recorded as absent. Commenting on the issue of student dropout, Omar said his department is planning to implement a new strategy to address it.
Dengan mengesan mereka seawal tingkatan satu lagi, tingkatan satu. Jadi berdasarkan trend ketidakhadiran ini, kita terus melaksanakan program intervensi dan kita tak dapat melaksanakan program yang sama untuk semua sekolah. Jadi kita minta pihak sekolah menganalisis persekitaran sekolah masing-masing apakah yang menyumbang ketidakhadiran murid ini.
Also, the national average grade GPK for the 2024 SPM examination recorded its best performance since 2013, achieving 4.49 points compared to 4.60 in 2023, with almost all states recording improvement. Education Director General Dato' Azman Adnan said 14,179 out of the 402,918 candidates who sat for SPM last year achieved excellent results in all subjects, an increase of 0.6% from 2023. According to Dato' Azman, the number of candidates attaining at least a credit pass, grade C, in all subjects in 2024 also increased to 86,040 students, up from 83,112 in the previous year.
Keseluruhan pencapaian calon peperiksaan SPM tahun 2024 adalah sangat membanggakan. Dan ianya adalah merupakan keputusan SPM yang terbaik bermula pada tahun 4.49 mata berbanding 4.60 mata pada tahun 2023. Maknanya ianya mengecil sebanyak 0.11 mata. Ini menunjukkan bahawa pencapaian SPM pada tahun ini adalah lebih baik.
Dato' Azman noted that the performance gap between urban and rural candidates was marginal, with a difference of only 0.02 points in GPK. Out of the 95 subjects offered in SPM 2024, 59 subjects demonstrated improved performance.
6 mata pelajaran daripada 7 mata pelajaran teras telah menunjukkan peningkatan prestasi. Manakala mata pelajaran pendidikan moral menunjukkan sedikit penurunan prestasi iaitu 0.07 mata GPMP, iaitu 4.73 mata pada 2024 berbanding 4.66 mata pada tahun 2023.
A total of 402,918 candidates registered for the SPM 2024 examination, reflecting a 1.7% increase compared to SPM 2023. His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim, King of Malaysia, today received the letters of credence from 8 foreign envoys to Malaysia in a ceremony at Dewan Singgasana Kecil Istana Negara earlier today. The envoys were Yadira Ledesma Hernandez of Cuba, Irakli Ashashvili of Georgia, Ajay Sharma of the United Kingdom, and Alois Bizindavier of Burundi. Sultan Ibrahim also accepted the credentials of Maid Martinson of Estonia, Mario Jose Armengol Campos of Nicaragua, Mary Claire Mukasine of Rwanda, and Alan Joseph Chintedza of Malawi. Also present at the event were Foreign Minister Dato Sri Muhammad Hassan and Foreign Ministry Secretary General Dato Sri Amran Mohamed Zin. A Chinese rocket carrying 3 astronauts to the country's space station blasted off from its remote launch site today, the latest milestone in Beijing's race to become a leading celestial power. Beijing has pumped billions of dollars into its space program in recent years in an effort to achieve what President Xi Jinping describes as the Chinese people's space dream. The world's second largest economy has bold plans to send a crewed mission to the moon by the end of the decade and eventually build a base on the lunar surface. The Long March 2F rocket lifted into the air in a plume of flame and smoke at the Jiuquan satellite launch base in the desert of northwest China. Leading the newest crew is 46-year-old Chen Dong, a former fighter pilot and veteran space explorer who in 2022 became the first Chinese astronaut to clock up more than 200 cumulative days in orbit. The other 2 crew members, 40-year-old former Air Force pilot Cheng Zongrui and 35-year-old former space technology engineer Wang Ji, are embarking on their first spaceflight. The crew will work on Tiangong for 6 months, carrying out experiments in physics and life sciences and installing protective equipment against space debris. For the first time, they will also bring aboard planarians, aquatic flatworms known for their regenerative abilities. The team will also conduct spacewalks, replenish supplies, and carry out general maintenance on the space station. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms at TV Sarawak. And those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Razi Ahmad. Thank you for watching and have a good night.